The most frequent question I get asked when I play online is how do I parry unblockables? There's a few videos on the subject, but all of them have issues. The primary issue I see is that they don't actually explain how unblockables work. This means that these videos are character, setup, and timing specific. I went over some basics in my video on how to stop doing bad unblockables, which I'll link below. In this video, however, I'll go more into detail and also frame things from the defender's point of view. Keep in mind that while unblockables from all characters function in the same way, you'll have to understand how each character accomplishes them in order to escape. In this video, I'll only be covering Oro's unblockables. Firstly, what is an unblockable? An unblockable is a situation where a projectile hits from its original side and the opponent's character hits you from the other. In order to understand what to do against these, you'll have to understand how blocking and parrying actually work in Third Strike. A block is performed by holding the opposite direction from the side something is hitting you from. In the case of an opponent's character, it's away from that character. Against a projectile, it's always in the direction the projectile is traveling. This is true regardless of where the opponent's character is located on screen. A parry can be thought of as a special move that is input by tapping either down or towards the opponent. In the case of projectiles, this means that parries are still input towards the opponent if they sideswap you. To demonstrate this, here is me blocking and parrying a projectile using the same directional input. So before we get into how to parry out, let's talk about how to get out the easy way. In Third Strike, many characters have ways to escape unblockables using moves that are airborne on frame 1 or have extremely large and vulnerable periods. Notable special moves with this property are Urian Headbutt, Goki Teleport, or Hugo Backbreaker. There are quite a few more, but too many to name in this video. Keep in mind that for non-charged specials, Oro can cross up halfway through to break the input. Now for the parry options. There are three things to worry about during an unblockable: the hits from the Yagyo, Oro's first cross-up hit, and Oro's cross-up close strong. The orb will be on you for most if not all of Oro's cross-up hits, meaning you need to parry until then. The Yagyo parry is simple. It can be parried either down or towards Oro, and happens at a steady pace. I recommend down parrying the first orb hit where possible, so you don't get sideswapped while attempting it. Oro's first cross-up is the really tricky part. Oro generally has one of three options: cross-up jump in, an empty jump low, or to do nothing. Each of these options will require a different parry. Cross-ups usually happen after the first or second Yagyo hit. This can be quite quick after the Yagyo, so if you're missing this, then you may be doing it too slowly. For the first two options, parry either high or low depending on what you think the Oro will do. To counter the third option, parry towards Oro at the normal pace for Yagyo, and try to add in a parry where you think Oro will attempt to launch. For some characters, Makoto in particular, this parry can be exceptionally difficult if the setup is done right. After the cross-up comes the launcher from Oro. Regardless of the option Oro chose for his cross-up attack, this remains the same. Simply parry towards Oro and attempt to guess the launcher timing. When you get the first parry of Oro's close strong, the Yagyo usually dissipates. This means that you can parry the second hit of launcher with the usual timing and go for your punish. To summarize this into a cohesive input, most characters will do something in the form of 1 to 2 down parries, 1 very quick high or low parry, and 2 to 3 high parries at normal speed. If this sounds vague, it's because unblockables are vague. For the most part, the setup Oro chooses is unreactable. It's up to you as the defender to make a read and choose the option that you think is most likely. Practicing this in training mode isn't as smart as it seems either, because of the wide variety in setup and timing variations. Remember that what works for one setup won't necessarily work for another. I hope you found this video to be valuable. The better opponents are at escaping unblockables, the more Oro players have to adapt and make their setups cleaner and more varied. This raises the skill ceiling for everyone and promotes character growth. Thank you for watching.